Chapter 30. They didn't allow TV cameras in the courtroom during Coach Perkins' preliminary hearing, but the Hillcrest Herald published parts of the transcript, the actual wording of what people said. None of the names of the Hornets players were used because they were under 18. Did Coach Perkins give you pills? Yes. What did he say they were for? He said they were vitamins. Did you receive injections from Coach Perkins? Yes. I mean, he didn't give them. A lady came and gave the shots. Who was this woman? I don't know. Why did you consent to this? Objection, Your Honor. Objection overruled. Answer the question, please. He said they would help our muscles bounce back from injury. I just figured he knew. I trusted him. He was my coach. Did you feel different after the injections? Objection, Your Honor. Did Coach Perkins tell you what you might experience after the injections? He said we would feel more pumped, but that meant it was working. Did you experience side effects? My mom said I talked back more. I got zits on my back. Another player said, Mrs. Rooney said, Coach Perkins said, that got people screaming in town. It's good to know these things, but Walt said not to focus on it. Jer, you've got higher business to take care of. Right before English class, Mrs. Ogletree waves me to her desk. Jeremiah, I think you're a good and concise writer, but I'm concerned that you're only writing about baseball. I would like to see you branch out. I wish I could, I tell her, but I need to stay focused right now. I hand her my sentences that show hyperbole, which is a fancy word for exaggeration. I worked hard on these. They are, the weight of the world was on the coach's shoulders as he looked at the scoreboard and knew his dream of winning the World Series was only a mirage. Another one said, when he pitched, the screaming eagle swooped over the plate, coming in for the kill. Another one said, the outfielder was so hungry he could eat a horse. She looks at my paper and back at me. We'll need to talk about this again, Jeremiah. After the season is over, ma'am, I tell her. I take my seat behind Franny, who whispers, our game with the Vipers got canceled. Why? I ask her. She shrugs. Logo leans in. They decided not to play us. Just great. I expected more from Vipers than this. We need to do something before we rust. I forgot it's a half day because the teachers have an afternoon meeting. That means no practice after school. But as my bus pulls out, I see Donald Mole on the field throwing to Terrell, again and again, and he's getting it. I wish these bus windows opened. I shout, yes, that's the way. The kids on the bus look at me like I'm strange. I am strange. Baseball is back from the dead, I shout. I'm not sure if this is hyperbole or just plain fact, but not one person cheers. You want to walk with me, Jeremiah? Bo asks. Not far, a couple blocks. Okay, I figure he might want to talk. How are you doing? He shrugs, looks at the envelope he's holding. We turn right on Old Church Road and walk to Fullerton. At Spalding, Bo turns left. I know where we're going. Bo walks toward Hargey's house. It's painted white. All the shutters are closed. The flowers in the garden are dying. It feels like sadness has crept over everything on this block. We stand there. Then Bo puts the envelope in the mailbox. I wrote something to his parents. You know. That's nice, I say. Bo shrugs again. He puts his hands in his pockets and looks at the house. I don't think he knew. I don't think Hargey knew what he was taking. I just listened to him. Because he loved the game. He lived it, he says. Bo stands there some more. The sun is shining over the Cantwell's roofs, glowing bright and sure. I wanted to be on that team, Bo says. I wanted to be a Hornet bad. Coach Perkins told me, work like a demon on the middle school team. Do more. Be better than everybody. Never quit. That's how you become a Hornet. When he talked to me, it was like he knew everything. He had this power about him. You wanted to do whatever he said. Bo picks up a stick and throws it. The middle school coach, Borden, said if we complained, we were babies. The umpires hated him. The other coaches hated him. He got thrown out of games for shouting that they were idiots. I kept my mouth shut. I did the drills. I played hurt. Perkins told me, keep it up. I'd be a Hornet. Hargey said when it happened, it would be the best day of my life. I did summer baseball last year before I started high school. I threw out my pitching arm. I can play catch. That's it. Not enough to... His voice trails off. That's hard, man. Let's go. We cross the street, head back home down Old Church Road. Thanks, he says to me. I nod. He sits on his porch steps thinking. I stand there wondering, is Bo right? Did Hargey not know? Did his parents not see him changing? Did the other players get fooled? Are we being fooled? The sun is brighter now. I'm picturing it warming the sky over Hargey's house of sadness. El Grande comes to the porch, smiling. Craziest thing, he says. He takes off his glasses, cleans them on his shirt. Dr. Seligman of the middle school called me and asked if I would consider coaching the baseball team. I freeze. And an old fool that I am, I said yes. Bo is grinning. I'd better smile. That's great, I shout. And, he continues, Bo, if you're ever inclined to stop by after school and lend a hand, we could use your wisdom. I smile big, so big it hurts. So big that no one can see that I feel like a heavy door just got slammed in my face. That's great, I say again. El Grande's phone rings. This is good. I can leave. The sky is so blue, a perfect baseball day. I wave and walk across the street. Head up, Lopper. Shoulders strong, I think to myself. I go inside my house, close the door, shut my eyes. No crying. Ex-coaches don't cry.